Let's say you want to send emails, but you are not a great designer. Of course, I am not a great designer by myself, but it's not only about designing the email content or the email template. There are a lot of things that we need to take care, whether it is browser compatible, mobile compatibility, and so much and so more. So if you are not a great designer and you don't know how to design emails, so there will be a problem. That's going to be a problem for us in order to send the emails to the users which are browser compatible. But out of the way, Laravel provides us this option that we can utilize their own created templates. Now these templates are called markdown emails. Now the markdown emails, Laravel provides us the templates or the components out of the box, and the email template is really good, and most of the community are loving those templates and email contents. Now, how to create a markdown email? Instead of a regular view, we need to generate a markdown email. So let's create a markdown email. Let's head towards our terminal. Let me close that first. So PHP artisan make mail, and let's give the name of, let's say, markdown email. And in order to, so this will create a class of the mailable. Now we need to attach a flag which will be called markdown, and this markdown we need to give the path, so that where this will automatically store our email template. So as we have our emails dot markdown, so emails is the folder which we have already created, and the next is basically I'm going to give the file name. So let's say markdown email. Now this mailable is created and the markdown email template is also created. So let me open the markdown email. And let's open the template here. So we have inside our resources, views, emails, we now have markdown email.blade.php. Now we will come back to this later on, but now let's see what changes do we make or do we need to do here. The only change that we are required to do is basically, instead of in this controller our order created, we were using view here. Now in our markdown we need to use the markdown. Now Laravel will automatically do that for us when we are going to use the markdown, and this will automatically create a markdown template for us. Now these are all the components which Laravel gives us out of the box, and there are a lot of more components that are available in the documentation. We will also review those as well one by one. But for now, let's try to send this markdown email and see what are the responses that we are getting or how the template looks like. So let's copy, just quickly copy the subject here. In this case, we have markdown email. Okay, so that is also a great subject, so we don't need to change anything here. And obviously we can attach the attachments just like that we are attaching in our normal views. So we don't need attachments right now, just we are going to deal with the markdown templates. Now I have created an endpoint which is markdown email, which will trigger this markdown email function, and let's use this markdown email mailable class. Now let's copy our endpoint, so the trigger markdown email. Now if I hit that endpoint and click enter, so this will obviously take a little time because we are sending those markdown emails without using the queue method. As you can see, we have not implemented the should queue here, so Laravel will automatically send the emails on the fly instead of like queuing them in our application. So now you can see we have received a markdown email. Now take a closer look at this HTML template. Now if I open that, take a look at this HTML template. How cool is that? Now this is really important and really nice view Laravel gives us out of the box. Now there is a beautiful logo available here, which obviously points out to our application endpoint. There is an introduction, the body of the message, the button, and then the thanks Laravel here as well. Now if we take a look at here, you can see we have the introduction, which is in the capital letters or in the bold format. Then we have this section, we have button, and then finally we have thanks, and then this config app.name, which is basically the Laravel. Now you can see how cool the template looks like and how important are the components, and the components are really designed very well. Now there are a lot of more components. I'm going to talk about a few of them. Let's head towards our documentation here. Now inside the documentation, you can see this has given us out of the box. So let's replace this introduction to order shipped here, and then your order should be let's replace this, the body of your message, the button text should be view order, and that's it. Now there are further more things we can use, is that we can also give the color to our buttons. So let's use that color, and this will obviously change the color. Now there is a panel option available as well, so let's see what the panel option is and what it does. So just below the button here, let's use the panel option, and let's try to send our email one more time. Now you can see that this email is far more different than the previous one. So we have now a color of our button, and then this is the panel. So what the panel does is basically this adds a background and kind of a quote. So this creates a kind of a quote here and draws the attention of the users to this panel section. And there are a lot of more other options, like we have option available of tables, and we can also optimize or change the components or customize the components as well. Now we have covered like how we can send the markdown emails, and I think like this is really important feature, and this is really easy for all of us, like all of those developers who are not good in designing. They can use these components, markdown components, and take advantage from them. Alright, so that's about it, and I will see you in the next one.